Georgiana Teodorescu, welcome to the Freeman Report.
Thank you for having me, James. It's an honor to be with you here.
Yeah, thank you. I know you're very, very busy. You're in plenary week in Strasbourg. I've obviously been an MEP myself, so I know how busy you are at the moment. Of course, you are a member of the Alliance for the Union of Romanians, which is the AUR party in Romania. But
Yes.
you're also part of the European Conservatives and Reformist Party, the ECR party in the European Parliament. Um, what do MEPs make of what is going on in Romania?
People are very worried here in the European Parliament, and I'm not referring only to our colleagues from ECR or from the Patriots group or the ESN group. Also, people from other political groups are asking us what is happening in Romania, because everybody fully understands that the situation in Romania could be easily replicated in other European countries. And this stepping over the democracy could happen again from different political reasons. We couldn't find any solid explanation so far for the cancellation of the elections in Romania in December. You know that the presidential elections were cancelled without any proof of involvement of a third country in our electoral process. So far, we haven't got any proofs on that. So now we are facing the second phase of this coup d'etat that happened, meaning that on Sunday, the Central Electoral Bureau in Romania denied Mr. Calin Georgescu's right to submit his candidacy for the elections that will happen in May this year. Now he filed a complaint to the Constitutional Court of Romania, but of course we are talking about the same Constitutional Court, the same 9 members of the Constitutional Court who actually cancelled the elections in December. So we don't expect too much of them. We are actually pretty sure they will continue their abuse and they will stop Calin Georgescu from running. So this is not actually a talk about himself, about Calin Georgescu or another candidate. It's actually a talk about democracy, about rule of law, if there are such things in Romania anymore nowadays. We believe in free vote. We believe in the fact that the Romanian people and any European nation should have the right to free vote for their candidates and to choose a president. And this interference, which cannot be in any way, fundamented, are clearly not showing that we are a rule of law anymore.
Now, your colleague in the AUR party, George Simeon, I've seen a video of him on X where he talks about the judges that made this decision and the ones that are voting on it in the Central Electoral Bureau. And I think he talks about the fact that I think it's around half of the judges are actually political appointments and their supporters of the party in power. Tell us a little bit about those who are making these decisions.
Well, pursuant to the Romanian Constitution, the members of the Constitutional Court in Romania are actually all politically appointed. We have 9 members, from which 3 of them are appointed by the President of Romania, and of course he's a political figure. 3 of them are appointed by the Chamber of Deputies, which are politicians, members of the parliament, and the rest 3 of them are appointed by the Romanian Senate, which again are politicians. So all of them are being appointed politically. Some of them were never judges or prosecutors before. They were actually politicians. They were members of the Romanian parliament, or they were even advisors of the former president Klaus Iohannis. So all of them are connected to politics and to politicians. So we cannot expect them to be fair under these circumstances. Actually, my party, AUR, has alternative program for governing Romania. And in terms of justice, we support the idea of having the judges of the Constitutional Court being elected by the Romanians, just like in the United States things are happening. Like this, they wouldn't be in any way connected to politicians, and they would be finally free to decide on legal grounds and not on political reasons.
Yeah, I mean that's shocking. It really is shocking that political judges can overrule an election and ban candidates. It really is. What's the mood? I've seen reports of protest and some violence breaking out. What's the mood in Bucharest at the moment?
Well, it's not a good mood, I'm telling you. I've participated to the last protests, the one in January, the one 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, on Sunday, I wasn't present because I was coming to Strasbourg. But things are getting worse and worse day by day because people have the feeling that we are no longer a democracy and this is actually a dictatorship. And they are on the streets, they are losing their patience, they are not so calm anymore as they were at the beginning of the protests. Now they are angry and they accuse, and they are entitled to do so, they accuse the political class, the government, the prime minister for involving into all this coup d'etat. And they are all wanting to see that we can be allowed to vote for who we want, therefore to have also Mr. Calin Georgescu running.
What about the European Commission and the bureaucrats in Brussels and Strasbourg? Any response from them? Have they put out any statements at all?
No, they encourage actually what's happening in Romania. Remember Thierry Breton, who said that we cancel the elections in Romania and we can do it again in Germany if we want to. So this is the position of the European institutions, unfortunately. Yesterday, at the opening of the plenary, one of my colleagues, Gheorghe Piperea, who is a member of the European Parliament on behalf of AUR party, requested to add to the plenary session a debate regarding the situation in Romania. And it was submitted to the vote. We had 109 votes for adding this debate and 300 against. Even a Romanian fellow, who is a vice president of the European Parliament, Ștefănuță is his name, and he's in the Renew group. He stood against Mr. Piperea and he explained that there is no need for such a debate because everything is clear and no need to debating on what's happening in Romania. Everything is very legal there. And let's not waste any time on this nonsense. That's the approach he had. Yeah.
And what is the Central Electoral Bureau? What reasons have they given? Have they given any evidence? Have they actually given any reasons?
Their decision is founded only on the Constitutional Court decision from last year, when the Constitutional Court denied Madam Diana Șoșoacă the right to run for president. She's a Romanian MEP now, a member of the European Parliament. She's non-attached. She has her own party. It's called SOS Romania. And she tried to submit her candidacy last year for the presidential elections, and the Constitutional Court issued a decision prohibiting her from running because they said she had some anti-Semite statements in the past and that her behavior is not a presidential behavior because she attacks in all her speeches the European institutions and NATO. So how could she be a president and deal with all these institutions if she is attacking them? So on these grounds, the Constitutional Court prohibited her from running. And now the Central Electoral Bureau used this decision of the Constitutional Court to reject Mr. Calin Georgescu. They said they have to comply with that decision. It's mandatory. Therefore, they don't allow him to run on the same grounds.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. Now,
Yeah.
there are reports online as well about new censorship laws coming in Romania. Tell us a little bit about this, and are you worried about that?
Yes, we are worried because, look, I'm also an attorney at law and I teach law at the university. And when I went to law school, I did it because I was and I still am a firm believer in the human rights, in all of the human rights that we can read about in the European Convention of Human Rights. So therefore, the will of the right of free speech is a very, very important right, and it is supposed to be guaranteed. Unfortunately, it seems that it's not anymore. They are trying to change the law in Romania and to prohibit also all the Twitter and X and TikTok and Facebook things and discussions, and they are trying to impose a censorship. That's what is happening actually. If you say something that it's not okay for them, for the globalists, for the Sorosists, then they are entitled to shut down TikTok, to shut down your account, to even try to indict you in a criminal case file if the words you used seem to be, I don't know, promoting a hate speech, a so-called hate speech. But
Yeah.
the problem is that they are saying that it is a hate speech every time you criticize them. So if you're doing an opposition work and you're just saying that the government is not doing a right job, then this is a hate speech, isn't it?
So at the moment, it's Tuesday lunchtime in Strasbourg. What are the next steps? Are we going to get a decision today from the Constitutional Court?
Yes, we are waiting today. Today there should be the hearing, the meeting of the Constitutional Court to analyze the situation of Mr. Calin Georgescu, and I suppose we should have a decision today in the evening maybe, or at most late tomorrow. And then we have to discuss with him, my party, with President George Simeon, and with the other conservative colleagues from the POT party, Ana Maria Gavrila. They will all get together and discuss and see what are the next steps. If Mr. Calin Georgescu is not allowed to run, then maybe we have to find another solution.
Georgiana, thank you so much for joining me today. Please stay in touch, and hopefully we can get you back on later in the week or maybe next week.
Yes.
Hopefully we will see a positive outcome today, because look, the world's eyes are watching now. Elon Musk is commenting on this. Obviously, JD Vance has commented on this. So hopefully the Constitutional Court will realize that and make the right decision. But listen, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.
Thank you, James, and take care of your democracies as long as you still have them.